We were 15 and we were in Mr. Brighton's American history class. Our school was pretty segregated. I'm first generation Filipino, so I hang mainly with the Philos. And Darsh is Indian and hung out with the heavy metal Indians. I still can't believe that was a thing, but we sat right beside each other in Mr. Brighton's class. And Darsh was so sweet and funny, and we would just make each other laugh and laugh. That was 9th grade. In 10th grade, we were in Mrs. Diaz's English class, and once again, there's Darsh right beside me, and he's telling me all about this band he's in, and I'm telling him all about the latest sophomore girl gossip, and we formed this friendship. Then homecoming rolls around, and he asked me to dance. I said yes. We've been together ever since, but like all things, it's a little more complicated than that. A couple of things. One, I wasn't allowed to date. Neither was Darsh, and I wasn't really supposed to date anyone outside the Filipino community. That wasn't ever expressed really, but it was one of those unsaid rules, and Darsh was not supposed to have a girlfriend. His mother died when he was young, so it was just Darsh's father raising Dee and his sister. School was the most important aspect of his life, before friends, family, or community really. For Darsh's dad, who is a doctor, school is the gateway to a good life. Anything else in the way is a distraction. It didn't really bother me that Darsh couldn't introduce me to his dad, because I was pretty much on the same boat, and there were things going on in my own family at that time. My parents are still together to this day, but my dad has always been a philanderer. I hate that word, but that's what it is. There's been points in time when he's left us to take up with someone else, but he always crawls back and somehow our family stays together. I knew that wasn't the life that I wanted, and there's no way I could have articulated it at the time, but I wanted security, someone I can count on, and that's always been Darsh. So after high school, Darsh and I both went to U of I Chicago. We lived near each other in the dorms. Our friends meshed, and we just never stopped seeing each other. I've seen those big romantic movies where people have this moment where they click and connect. I think that moment for us was quieter. It was all the way back in Mr. Brighton's class. The thing is, we've never broken up, never gotten in a really big argument. We've always been steady. He's my rock and I'm his. I've seen some friends go from relationship to relationship, never satisfied, always striving, always needing something new. I guess my dad is a little like that, but I didn't think Darsh or I are built that way. I guess we have the grateful gene, or maybe we're just lucky. But of course, there's the matter of the families. Now that I'm older, I have some perspective on this. Both of our parents were immigrants. Darsh's parents' marriage were arranged. My parents got together in the Philippines when they were in their teens. For them, love had different rules, different stakes. We take for granted our American concept of time, but that's what Darsh and I had in abundance. Time. Our relationship, our love, has grown over time. None of our parents knew we were together until we were almost 30. Junior year in college, I moved in with my sister, and Darsh and I continued to live together. We bought a condo together. We live in the condo together. Now, none of our parents knew about this. I've always been so angry with my dad for having secrets and affairs, and I guess I sort of did the same thing, withheld the truth. And my non-immigrant friends always ask, how did your parents not find out? Didn't they come over to visit? Didn't they help you move in? Didn't they ask you who you were dating or probe into your life in any way? And to these questions, I simply say this. With most immigrant parents, you go to them. They don't come over and help move lampshades. Most immigrants live with their parents while married, and sometimes with kids, until they have enough money saved to buy a home of their own. So no one found out. That is until I got really sick. Usually every weekend, my sister and I would go have dinner with my parents on a Saturday night and would stay until Sunday morning. Actually, now that we're both married with kids, we all go for dinner on Saturday night and stay until Sunday night. But on this particular day, I was so sick. My mom brought over a pot of tinola, this phyllo soup, to make me feel better, and I was so out of it. I forgot to close the closet, and there was all of Darsh's stuff, his Jordans, jacket, jeans, clearly not my stuff, and she lost her mind. What is this, Michelle? Who is this, Michelle? Is a boy living here, Michelle? She stormed out, slamming doors, and stopped talking to me for an entire week. And she stopped talking to my sister. I mean, in retrospect, I get it. First, her husband has been lying to her for years, and then her daughters too. I guess I knew I'd get that reaction. So I kept my mouth shut and continued chugging along. So she was angry for 1 week, and then she's planning the wedding, because no daughter of hers was going to live in sin. Of course, this meant Darsh and I had to tell his dad, which was another week of silence, and then acceptance, then wedding planning. I swear, you can't make this stuff up. So first, we had an Indian wedding. It was so fun. You were there, wearing the sari, doing the rehearsal dance, pistachio ice cream during the ceremony. So great, so fun. Then a month later, the always knew we would, but maybe not in this time frame. Together for 14 years with a 2-week engagement. But it doesn't matter to me. I'm just glad I get to be with Darsh, and I'm glad our families are all cool now with each other. I love to see Darsh's dad eating an empanada, or my parents at the Sangeet for Darsh's sister. It's amazing how it all merged together, and maybe it would have worked out just the same if we told our families years before. But in a way, I'm happy that our coming together happened this way because it allowed us to get to know each other slowly and away from all the